Welcome to the Lumiere channel. Welcome to your spirit message. What is the message that spirit brought you to this video for? What is the weekly guidance that it has for you? What is the guidance it has for you in this moment? The deck that feels like it wants to really speak to this is the Goddess deck. So I feel like the question is, what goddess is walking with you this week? What goddess is guiding you this week? And what goddess has a message for you in the days ahead, in this moment? Or who has something for you to really hear, listen to, for any area of your life or for the general phase of life that you're in. Thank you. What is the guidance you have for us? Who's walking with us? Oh my goodness, everybody's walking. Oh, B-dubs. Alright. So we have Sophia, who brings a message of divine wisdom. We have Branwen, who brings the alignment task for us to enter back into forgiveness and revisiting what forgiveness is. And then we have Artemis, who is here to tell us about focus. It feels like 3 F's, but it's only 2: focus, forgiveness, and divine wisdom. I feel like just intuitively, a slight message here is sometimes when we put our efforts elsewhere, the pains that we've had to go through or the things that we're wrestling with, the challenges, they sort of sort themselves out in some way. Because we're following our own inner guidance. Sometimes it feels like we're avoiding something by entering into something else or letting things slide or sort of, I don't know, not giving them as much of our attention as we could. And in that regard, sometimes I feel like it's a roundabout way for us to clear energy for that thing. I had someone say to me once that someone had wronged me and they had taken some time to figure themselves out. And they said, I wasn't thinking about you, but also I was. And I feel like that's what this is. This feels like by not thinking about it, and I hated hearing that. I don't like saying it. But by not thinking about what you've done or what's happened to you or what's challenging you or what this issue is, by not thinking about it, you're almost allowing it to breathe, is something that I usually say. You're giving it space to breathe, you're giving it room to breathe, and you're giving spirit the space that it needs to come and finagle with it the way it needs to within your being or even in the outer world. And that's something that may look odd. It may look like something that people don't understand or won't understand. They'll say you're ignoring your problems, and sometimes it might be, be careful of that. But there's something here about you focusing elsewhere, you putting your attentions elsewhere, and you maybe keeping your eyes on the prize, maybe you doing the things that you need to do, maybe keeping your head down, keeping your head up, looking in a different direction. And that's something that helps release the pressure off of something else that you're moving through. That's sort of the intuitive hit that I'm getting from this message. I want to go into what Branwen has for us. We have 4, 7, and 47. So I feel like the actions that we're doing are allowing spirit to come through because we're moving through spirit. This is one of those things where it doesn't look like it, but you're actually, it feels like actually a roundabout way. It feels like the Y in protection from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck energy here, where sometimes we're going about doing things in a very, like, rather than directly doing it, right, we're going about doing it in the long way, and therefore we kind of get to our destination anyway. Like, we get to the same destination, we just went about it a different way. And I feel like this different way is more or less your inner wisdom moving you, which is strange because sometimes, yeah, like popping off at somebody is sometimes your inner wisdom like coming through. It's not always about rainbow sunshine and the bullshit and allowing people's other bullshit to sort of take over your world. Sometimes it is about popping off at somebody, believe it or not. And sometimes it is about being kind and being quiet, rather, and letting someone hear themselves speak, letting someone hear themselves and what they're spewing and what they're saying, and having them just figure themselves out. and you not really having to do anything. I say all that to say sometimes there really is a way that doesn't feel like this is the way, but it actually is the way. Very, very interesting energies here. So with Brangman, she says sometimes we unintentionally cause hurt or pain to others. Sometimes our motive really is to hurt. Now is the time for self-inventory and making amends. Your alignment task is to be 100% accountable for your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs and motivations and actions. You are not doing this, however, to experience forgiveness from someone else or even from yourself. It's to have the strength and fortitude to be accountable and take responsibility for your actions. In this way, neither guilt nor shame can take root in your heart. You stand empowered and humble with your head high no matter the consequences. You will always be the beneficiary of such an act. The goddess Branwen says deep healing comes from this kind of courage and respect. So what she's essentially asking us to do this week, or in this moment that you're experiencing, is to take account take account of the account. Like, take a self-inventory and see where your thoughts are. I feel like it's almost like re-looking at your thoughts and retouching, reuniting with your inner guidance on the inside. Reuniting with whatever part of you that's feeling some type of way. And this is something I always say, look at it. Don't run away from it, right? Don't run away from it necessarily. Look at it, because there's wisdom in there for you. But this week, or even in this moment, if it's too much to look at, it's almost like point your focus elsewhere. Don't dwell on the thing that's troubling you. Almost like, do something else, something more, I don't know, productive, or do something that feels good, or put your attentions elsewhere and put this to rest. And in that, your divine wisdom can then sift up. It can sift through. But for some of you that do take the path to focus directly on this thing, when you look at it deeper, you will see the still small voice, that little whisper there, that has an element of truth that you might need to look into, an element of what feels true, rather. Not so much an element of truth, but something that feels true, that you can crack, break open, examine, and move from that energy now that you've looked at it, digested it, and swallowed it. There's something really beautiful going on this week, and it feels like a lot of inner energy that is brought about to the surface by external circumstances and situations. So I'm really glad that you're watching this video. Let's go ahead and look at what Artemis has for us in terms of focus. Her empowerment message to us is, in order to fully embrace the intentions you have set in motion and your current conditions, it's important to seize the moment. Now is the time you can truly make your mark. As the Greek goddess of the hunt, Artemis will help guide your arrow. Surrender yourself to the process of whatever calling for your attention. Immerse yourself fully in whatever needs your focus, and allow yourself the experience of deep abiding trust. If you aim true and your heart is open and pure, grateful for all the bounty that surrounds you, your deepest desires will manifest before you like magic. Which is something I'm seeing here. It really... it's almost like bypassing, honestly. But I feel like bypassing is just to overtake, to just put something under the rug. Okay, like it's still there, but you put it under the rug. I feel like this week or these coming days, however this message is hitting you, there is really something here about maybe even ignoring the thing that's going around you. And I think I've said that, but more spiritually, I feel like a more spiritual way of saying that is ignoring it in terms of being thankful for it. Whoops. Being sort of, manifesty about it. Being manifesty about it, where you say, I know that this will work out in my favor, or I trust that divine guidance will move me through this to a better outcome than I could have imagined. Something like that, where you just go, okay, this is the shit. I'm gonna focus elsewhere. Let's go ahead and read divine guidance and see what Sophia has for you as far as how she's walking with us. She is empowering us, so that's really lovely that divine wisdom is here saying, hey, I am here. Human wisdom comes from personal experience, but divine wisdom is unknown to our life experience. When we ask for help, we are asking for guidance from a source greater than us, a great unknowable mystery. When we receive it, it is often life-altering and affects us in ways beyond our comprehension. The Gnostic goddess Sophia has brought the material world into being, arrives to show how she arrives to show you how fate and destiny operate in relationship to synchronicity. When you least expect it, opportunities and meetings spring up as if out of nowhere. Yeah, your life begins to work out and you sense your alignment with higher power and trust. You are divinely protected and directed. Practice the act of faith before results. This is an essential key in co-creating your world. So it really does feel like you're almost shooting your arrow and bypassing the challenge, bypassing the thing that's weighing you down, because there's something greater happening. There's something greater for you to focus on. There's something greater that's coming. It may just be the energy around this thing is just the way it's supposed to be right now, or the way it is right now. And it is what it is. There's not much you may be able to do about it, and it's calling you into surrender. You focus your attention elsewhere, or when you pray about it, when you ask God, the universe, spirit, say, hey, you know what, like, I know things are going to work out. I know that you're working in my favor. And doing that type of thing that does sort of, brush the dirt under the rug. Miraculously, you find out that that whole rug was going to get replaced anyway, takes the dirt with it, and you get a whole new rug. I don't know. But this energy is kind of giving me that sort of whoop, 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 whoop kind of mess. So, I hope you got something from this that will serve you for the week. I'm really grateful that Sophia is here with her message of divine wisdom, because I really like her message of what we know as human beings is what we know as human beings. We only know what we know, and we don't know what we don't know. And a lot of what we don't know, what we'll never know, is how divine wisdom isn't taking effect in our life. How the divine is working in our favor, how the divine is working, period. And sometimes you don't realize it until you realize it later. And so keep hope alive, I feel like is a message for you here. Keep hope alive for things to work out. Things may not work out in the way that you think. They may not work out in the way that you want them to. But dare I say it, they may work out better than you even thought they could, in a way that you wouldn't have even thought about, because it's divine. And you're human, and you can only think of things working out in the way that you can think of things working out, So yeah, I'm really glad that the goddesses were out here in droves speaking to us and speaking to you, and I hope that you enjoyed this message. If you did, I will see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell if you're already subscribed for all notifications for when I go live. Keep your light on, honey. Good luck.